All right. Let's get things started here. Give me a few seconds. We're going to start this from the very, very beginning, so you see how I come up with stuff like this. Totally off the cuff. I know what I want, but I'm going to wait till my tablet kicks up YouTube here. And while it does that, I'll let you know that this is an 11 by 14 inch double layered watercolor paper. I just took some adhesive glue and just glued them both together. And of course somebody chimes in and I don't have my phone anywhere near me, because that's just the way my life rolls. So they don't know that I'm on live. And even though my phone is like right there, I'm gonna have to contort myself just to get it, of course, so I can see who it is. It's too far away from me. So, such as live broadcasts go. And you know, you figure I would know better. Here we go. Of course, it has nothing pertaining to me. I got up just for that. Swear. Brother. Yeah. I should know better. You figure, as many years as I've been doing this, you figure I would know better. Of course, I don't. I never do. Oh boy. Hey Sonia, what's going on? I have a bad habit of leaving my cell phone somewhere where I can't reach it when it goes off. It happens flawlessly every time. I gotta readjust my hand thing. Of course, I have postnasal drip, and when I talk a lot, that happens. And of course, I didn't cough all morning. I turn on the camera. What do? I start hacking. That's just how I roll, I guess. You know, when you cough so hard, you get tears in your eyes. That type of thing. Anyway, we're going to start from the bare bones, very beginning on this. All right. It's going to be very similar to the golden pond painting or golden sunset rise painting that I did. I did it vertically. This is horizontally, even though on on the view right now, crying out loud, I swear to God. All right, on this camera view, it looks scrunched in because it is scrunched in. The way the camera's orientated, for my picture to be on screen, it's an orientation that has to be in a three smaller cameras, smaller camera views and then the one large one, so it's kind of impacted. If I did it the other way, my face would go off, but the I believe the out of focus bottom camera would still be on, much like that. So if you don't want to see my face, it would be a view like that. Okay. All right. So that's why that's the way that is. as far as my camera being out of focus like that, it's because I did not wipe it. It's probably got a fingerprint on it, because, you know, once again, that's how I roll. There, it should sharpen up a little bit. Okay, enough griping, crying, and complaining. Let's get on with the festivities, shall we? I usually don't do this on Tuesdays. I usually do this tomorrow in the evening, but I don't. Hello, Fatima. How are you? It's good to see you. I don't have nothing going on, so why not? Okay. All right. Let's do another cabin thing. Why not? I'll say, I'm gonna just do this freehand because I've did a billion cabins. They all pretty much look the same to me. All right. But I'll just do it this way. And I'll just make a general simple cabin. Really nothing to write home to mama about. All right. Yes, I do it in pencil. I do everyone in pencil. Let's make sure I get this correct this time. And that's the roof I'm talking about. I've always had trouble with the V part of the roof. That's because I'm not really doing it in proper perspective like I really should. I'm not. I'm doing this totally freehand, eyeballing it, because like I say, I've done these a billion times. They don't really hold much of a challenge to me. But they will have a challenge to people who really haven't done them. So, as you see, it starts off with the basic cube formation. It is a rectangle. All right, so it's basically like that. Okay, and then I just match up that top line. I do have lessons on this, on how to do this. Okay, really. I think I got some pretty good detailed lessons on this. This is going to be a big ass chimney. I guess I'll just shorten it. Let's angle it that way a little bit, and then we'll put the angle right here. We'll just match it with the bottom. I'll just erase this stuff. Now you're going to see like bits of crud on the underneath of the ruler. That's going to leave little marks like that. Just because I didn't wipe it off. And you can easily get rid of that with a little bit of rubbing alcohol or water. The rubbing alcohol, you might do a little, fare a little bit better. I got a large towel on my lap here. Catch the frog in my throat. No, it's a condition that my mother has. She just blessed me with it. It's called postnasal drip. This just the fluid just drains back down into your esophagus, and you end up hacking it away. Nothing I can do about it. It usually happens in a certain time of evening, which is usually the time I usually go live. Go figure. Like I said, I don't have any perspective lines on this. I'm just eyeballing the thing. I don't like the way it looks already because I can see that it's already off. And I'm gonna show you how to correct it, especially when it's in this stage. Okay. This part of the structure needs to go downward, like that. Therefore, the roof have to be pitched downward. All right, now you just easily correct all of that mistake. It is a really easy fix to do that. Okay. So I pitched it downward further. So it basically it would look like this. Now this looks a little more inhabitable. Okay. All right. It will be a cabin. Okay. I'll do this a little more detailed than what I would normally do. Because, you know, people may want to try this out, you know. So I'm going to be a person with a brain, and I'll just do the log formations right now. At least the pencil representation of them. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to exactly stay this way, but I'm pretty sure it will. And then I will That's already started off wrong. So I get the you gotta get the angles right. If not, it'll give you away every time. Okay. It goes a little bit downward. Like I said, I'm doing this independently. I'm not doing this with any vanishing points. This one's almost straight across, and that's cool. And the lady's dog in the back is out. Nice. All right, something like that. Then we're gonna go up here. Now these are just guides. All right, I'm not particularly, doesn't mean they're necessarily gonna stay there. Okay, because you can see there's no windows, there's no doors, but you can put them there, even going. Oh, palette. Yeah, there's some paints underneath. Past this. Yeah, I'll show you those. It's a mess because of the past paintings I did. All right, let's put the door over here. I'll just freehand the thing. It doesn't matter at this time. It's just a sketch right here. Give them a little interest like that, then put the other part of the door. So the door is essentially right there. Okay, where are you gonna put the window? Well, the window would probably be up around in here. We'll put the window, we'll put a window right here. Once again, give them the inside window frame. You just sketch it out pretty dark there. All right, just a simple sketch. You're gonna continue that right here. Okay, right about in here. You're following the frames of what you've already sketched. All right, like I say, once again, freehand in there, you know, it is what it is. All right, let's do another one. Right about here is a little shorter, not as long as the previous. All right, once again, I'm just doing the freehand thing. And we'll put the inside frame right in there. So this could be actually black or have it sunlit or whatever. Okay, very simple, just like that. Okay, no more, no less. Now remember, it won't sit flat like that. You know, you've got the ground here. It might come up, might come down, who knows. Same thing here, it might come up, might come down. All right, stuff like that. All right, so it'll somewhat look like that. So you kind of got to think ahead a little bit. Okay, general framework for the cabin. I can go a little further with that, and I do believe I will, because quite frankly I can. And it's just kind of smart for me to do this, so I'm gonna do that right now. This is also good for those of you who are starting out to kind of learn this. Let's zoom in the camera a little bit and we'll put it in focus so you guys can really see what I'm doing. All right, let's move it right about here. Yes, it is out of focus. I'll correct that in 1 second. Thank God for touch screens. And we'll pop it in focus real quick. There you go. All right. Once again, it looks scrunchy, but it's not. It's actually about that long. You don't see my finger. It's you know, pretty long. Okay. All right. Hey, Aurora, how are you doing? Like I said, we're gonna go right from the beginning. You see me sketch this out already. Okay. All right. I'm just taking a small Sharpie marker. Looks like a big pen. All right, and I'm just going to pretty much go over what I've already done. Just do it in black. Now, because I'm doing it this way, don't necessarily mean you're gonna see this ink when I do the actual painting. It usually gets covered up. Usually. All right, usually. I could go thicker, but this is just an example. So, you know, having a little fun here. Not necessarily the most exact. It's not an architectural drawing, so I'm not really worried about that. Hey boss, I'm doing a live on YouTube right now as I speak. Of course they didn't take that. Hey boss, how you doing? I'm doing a live right on YouTube as we speak. It's not taking my message, just shut off. This is the most aggravating phone when it comes to this speech thing. Hey boss, how you doing? I said boss, not ball. What a piece of crap. Boss, how you doing? I'm doing a live right now, so I can't talk. I'm on YouTube. All right, he may join us. Okay, I'm gonna freehand the top part of the chimney because it's easy as pie. Once again, if you're not accustomed to do this, I strongly suggest you might want to take out the ruler to do it. Okay, just saying. And you guys don't see my head, good. So you guys see me doing this. All right. Actually, I can freehand a lot of these lines. Oh no, this way. Log cabin. I'm making the little log formations here. I'm gonna come on this side and do the same thing. They're like wide letter C's. So you guys, like I said, you guys get to really see me do this. Okay. Here, they can be pretty much any direction you want, or you can keep them straight since it is the corner of the building. Don't matter at this point. Okay. Up to you. The formation of the doors. Let's talk about that with a log cabin. Okay. Depending on your vantage point. You follow me? All right. Okay, he might stop and he might not. Okay. The orientation of the doors and the log cabin. You know, logs are cylindrical or they're round. Okay. All right. So from this vantage point, we'll just give a little curve, just like this one. Let's curve it, curve it, curve it. See, and you do the same thing here. You follow everything through. All right. You're going the opposite way here. Follow it all through a slight curve. All right. Let's do this one here, because they're pretty much facing kind of away from us, going in the other direction. All right. You can somewhat do the same thing here. Okay. But if you do follow through gently, just follow it through this way. The inside, you can pretty much keep that straight. It's all right. Keep it straight. Same thing here. Follow it through. Follow it through. And just keep it straight in the inside. Keep it straight. This fella here, do the same thing. And just inside. So whatever side you're going to, you're doing the opposite. Okay? Makes life a whole lot easier for you. I'll freehand the door. All right. I'll freehand, or not the door, the window. Excuse me. All right. I think I pretty much got the thing all mapped out, more or less. Now, what I'm going to do next, entirely up to you on how you want to do this. Okay. Because I'll probably just glaze this thing. The rest of the painting won't really take as long. All right. Okay. Let's I have a window open, so when she does cut up, you're gonna hear her. She's a beautiful dog. This might be a little too thick. I might just stick with the Sharpie here. I might have another. See, when I do stuff like this, it's also good to use an alcohol-based permanent marker if you're going to do something like this on canvas or on paper. This is 11 by 14 double glued watercolor paper. All right, I'm going to just stick with this. All right. As for the creases, you know, they are logs. Okay, you can kind of put it in there. They don't have to be the most perfect lines. All right, they're logs. They're not, logs aren't perfectly straight. All right, that's like that. Put them right in there, going across the top like this. You add all sorts of cute little lines here, and this gives your drawing a little bit of depth. All right, because you know you're trying to give a 3D image on one-dimensional paper. Okay, so that's where your perspective comes in at. Follow me. You're going to continue that on the other side. Now remember, this was just a cube or a rectangle. All right, let's continue on. Okay, just follow your little trace lines. You can connect them all the way, or you can skip a few. Up to you. This is really your kind of artistic interpretation of the building. I'll skip that line. I'll come here like this, and add little divots or whatnot. All right. If you're a person with a nervous twitch and try to do this straight line stuff, this is perfect for you because logs aren't perfectly straight. Okay. But you see what I'm talking about now. This is the line that was connecting this one rectangle to the other. You just take advantage of it and just use it, just like that. All right. Okay. And there you go. All right, cabin, that quick. Okay. I'm not necessarily care really about the penciled in land in here. We do have a door. We're gonna care about the door there. All right, but I really don't care about the door. If you want to be, real prissy about it, then you just erase what you have here. All right. Now I just realized something that happens to me a lot. I'm gonna show you because I didn't pencil in everything, and it's okay. It's okay. You see the smudges and the black lines? Don't panic. That's all right. One, you're wiping away probably undried paint or marker, and you're wiping away the pencil lines. Don't worry about that. Remember, you're painting on over it because you're not going to see it anyway. So, hashtag don't panic. But as you can see, I left out a pencil mark. That's all right. We just bring that back like that. Okay. Don't worry about the bottom. Remember, the bottom's the bottom of the cabin. Fret not. Don't panic. It's okay. Just return that back right there. Oh, see, I forgot that too. See, I'm human. I forget things. Okay. All right. Sleestacks, how you doing? Hey, Jessica. Sleestacks, the comedian. It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm on a little bit earlier. Actually, I'm on 24 hours earlier. So, when you got a little bit of free time and you're messing around, you do all your little chores, got nothing to do. This is what you do, So I might as well make a lesson out of the time. Why not? Okay. I don't necessarily have to add any more to this. I can get into shading. I can do all sorts of stuff with this. You know what? Since I'm in the mood for it, I'm going to do it because, quite frankly, I can. We'll take the same Sharpie marker. It's waterproof deal. Okay, let's do this. Let's just kind of. These are dark anyway, so we'll kind of darken these in. We'll kind of help the painting along a little bit. You don't necessarily have to do this if you don't want to. All right, but it's going to look like by the time we're done with the technique here, it's going to look like a black and white photograph surrounded by a whole lot of color. Basically, that was this is going to appear to look like. This is not really the marker for marking in areas. This is really a detailed thing. All right, so it's not. You should get a. I'm talking to you about it, and I should be doing it to let you know what the heck I'm talking about. Is this the marker I trashed? No, but it's thick enough though. All right, I'm just gonna darken in places that would be black or dark anyway. Okay, I can get most of it like that. And then all the small, tiny little stuff that's too thick for this marker, I'll take the smaller guy and just put it in there like that. You'll never know. One, they're both alcohol-based permanent markers, so they're both pretty good shape, and you're never going to tell anyway. All right, but as you can see, things are starting to flesh together there. All right, I'll take this big marker and I'll start to make some of this a little more solid. Oh, great. I just messed up. And I messed up royally. But I'm glad I did it because I'll show you how to correct it. For those of you who didn't catch that, I had the marker, because these markers are wedge shaped, so they look like this. But if you mark it and you mark on the wrong direction, I marked on the lower direction. So this touched before that part and it did that to me. All right. Okay, what do you do when you make something like that happen? Well, when you make an error like that, I'm gonna take this is a X-Acto knife. I'm gonna make a nice little incision. Sometimes you can get away with this, sometimes you can't. 'Cause paper is in layers usually. Okay. If you cut deep enough and you cut it into some kind of rectangular pattern, you can kind of peel that stuff out of there so it looks like you haven't messed up when we all know you did. To err is to be human, so it's okay. All right, some of it might work, some of it might not if you're not able to peel it off. Okay, I'll just kind of scratch it away here. And remember, this is double layered paper, so I can kind of get away with doing what you're looking at me do. Okay, and I just kind of scratch it, make it disappear. See that? Just wipe it away. Wipe away your error. You're okay. It makes an uncomfortable sound. You're okay. Because if I did this with commissioned pieces too, I've really screwed the pooch on it. And you just wisp it away. See that? Just get rid of it. All right. Remember, you're painting. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're painting over that. But when you make an error in black permanent marker, that's how you can get away with it. Not just and you're okay. All right. So that was my error. That was my mess up. Okay. Shading. Which side will be the lit side? Which side will be the shaded side? Really up to you. Okay. Personally, I would like the whiter side to be kind of the shaded side. But if not, then if you want this side to be the shaded side, then you would put more little details and stuff just to kind of remind yourself what side is going to be the darkened side. I'll play with this side for being the lit side. We're going to go underneath the awning of the roof here, the bottom part of the roof, and we'll just kind of put our little motion lines in here, just like this, just like a cabin would have, little gully creases and stuff like that. Put it right in there for this guy, and you make it generally, kind of make it stand out. You don't have to make it perfect. You don't have to color it all in. Let's take this. I'll do it this way. Because I'm doing this to show you guys. Let's give it a little curve right in here, like that. All right. Okay. And you just take it, and you just make a little curve. Don't have to be perfect. See, wiggle it around a little bit. I'm going through this very fast because I know where I'm going, and you do too. You do the same thing. Just follow the technique. Follow what I'm doing. Just like that. You see how it's starting to form here? All right. Even though this is the lit side, it still carries a little cute cast shadow in there. Okay. Let's not do that way. Let's do it this way. My bad. We're going to do it this way. Go along with the grain of the pattern of the wood and stay within the confines of your shadow there. All right, just like that. You could put bits of, see this? Very sparingly. Just put a little bit on there. Go from here, just like that. Don't matter. It's a little bit here, a little bit there. All right. Now, because I'm doing all this black and light line work on this thing, my painting of it will be different because I will just add glazes so you don't make all of that disappear like that. Okay. So, you kind of got to think ahead a little bit. This is the lit side. This will be the shaded side. I will add just like that. Longer lines. I won't break them up as much. This is obviously going to be the shaded side, but you do that in the coloring. But as you can see with my marking of it and the longer lines, Okay. There. Now that I've done that, I can get away with doing what I'm going to do now. I'll use this one. It's a little, once again, it's a little thick, but I can get away with it. Watch. I'm going over the lines. This is the shaded side. So look at this. This is a true alcoholic base marker. It's on paper, so it's going to expand a little bit. You know how it bleeds out a bit? But that's what's happening here, but I can use that to my advantage. All right. Creases in the wood there. Just like that. Come on down here. We'll do that a little bit like that. Like that. Okay. Line weight means everything. We can thicken this one out too. Boom. Like that. Okay. Let's do something with this too. All right. I don't really have to go and get really carried away with it. This will, what I just done will be perfectly fine. We're gonna leave it alone just like that. All right, all right. And nobody's talking to me here. Chat with me, people. This is 2-inch wide masking tape. As you can see, the reason why I use it and use this color, as you can see right through it. Well, we're making our own masking material. You can buy masking paper, but why? You can even use contact paper. If you got a light colored contact paper, I do have some around here. I could have did a quick example of that, but I got the 2-inch tape. Is right here. It's easy for me just to do it. Now, another advantage of me using this watercolor paper, this is a 140-pound watercolor paper, each sheet. What that means when I say 140 pounds, okay, with paper, what that means is that if you take the paper, put little clips on it there, all right, and hold it out there flat, little clips, flat paper, all right, and you soak it, all right, because it is watercolor paper. You soak it pretty good. You put weight on it. It will take 140 pounds of weight to rip the paper. Psh, that's what it means. I have 2 layers on here. So I can take Mr. Knife here, this sharp guy right here. All right, and I can pretty much cut fairly decent with it. Put some nice pressure on it to cut it without it ruining anything. Now, be extremely careful when you're dealing with an X-Acto knife. If you make a mistake with an X-Acto, especially a brand new one, you will cut off layers of skin and then you won't even know it till it's too late. Too late meaning you already bled all over your paper. You won't even feel it. That's how sharp these can be. So be extremely careful. I don't have to be very perfect with the cuts on here because once again, I will be painting, this. Here's the land. I'll just kind of do various things. It doesn't matter at that point. I'll do the same thing here. Some come down. Oh, actually that's the door, so it is important, but that's okay. Come up here, come in like that, blah, blah, blah. Do the same thing here. You can cut a straight line if you want, it doesn't matter, because we're going to be filling that in with paint. Remember, you got to kind of think ahead here. Did I cut this? I don't remember. I'm going to do it again anyway. I think I did. I think I cut it. We'll find out. And you just peel away. Lift and peel. I've been doing this for a minute. You lift and you pull. That will prevent a whole lot of heartache. Okay, you lift and you pull as you lift, and there you go. And put this away. Excuse my head. Then you just press down, make sure it's in there. All right, okay. Once again, we're starting. I don't do very many of these where I start directly right from the very, very beginning, but today, why not? Okay. This is where you guys must, Fatima, see, okay, let me show you something that you have not seen me do. At least quite a few of you haven't seen me do this. I'm going into my little bag of tricks. That's why you see the camera moving, because my bag of tricks are on the camera. Should I use this one? No, it's way too large. I use a smaller one. Please don't knock on the door. Oh man, I forgot. Excuse me. I forgot. I forgot. Talk amongst yourselves.
And these two, this one's a really good movie about road rage. This has 3 movies, Doom, Scorpion King, and Rundown. That one is a really good movie about road rage. It's like a new I'll make a copy. The first one. Make her a copy of the second one. Sure. I'll just need a copy of the first one. Alright. Yep. Alright, thank you.
I got to find it. I forgot all about it. Okay, dokie. I forgot. I surely forgot. Oops. Gotta knock this all the way down. Let's yank this back up. Put this back on. Alright. I had, well, it's still pretty early, so, but I forgot. I really forgot. Some things I have to be reminded of. I forgot, totally forgot. It would have been done and everything. Oops. Alright. Anyway. Now you see why I don't do these too early in the morning or earlier in the day. But you know, when I want to do it and I have no plans on anything, nobody contacts me. But as soon as I hook all this crap up, I get but you know what, such is life. Kind of squeeze these sponges back in here. I know I'm moving the camera. It's a bad place to put these sponges. I rarely use them because I can do everything freehand. And this is not going to work this way. I just don't like having a crumpled mess when I'm done doing my stuff because I got a mess anyway. So pardon my hands. I'll straighten the camera back out. Actually, I didn't move it too bad. All right, that's pretty good. All right. This is not the one I wanted. Oh, I tell you. I think, yeah, this is, I'll deal with this one. That's the wrong sponge. I do have a lot of sea sponges. I used to do this a lot, but this isn't really my favorite one either, but I'll use it. I use a lot of sea sponges. Can you guys see that pretty good? Somewhat. I'll put it here. You guys should be able to see it. This is what they look like. I cut these. This has got some age on it, but these are going to do for our foliage. All right, perfect. They work great with it. No, I didn't bring my snacks. Meaty Monster, hello. Hey, Vermont. What's going on, Bruce? Okay, we're going to get it moving here. Once again, by the time I do the initial stuff, it goes by pretty quickly. All right. But once again, I think I said I'm going to do a variation of the golden sunset deal. All right, so there's going to be some water somewhere around here. Who knows? Okay, we got this all settled. And like I say, it's going to look like a black and white photograph when it's all said and done. I'm going to take Mr. Softy Sponge here. All right, you see all these little ends on it there? All right, we're going to use that to our advantage. I already wet the sponge, which is why it's very malleable. All right, so we're going to make a mess. I'm going to make a mess. You're going to watch. Okay, so what we're going to do is what we're going to do is just kind of frame in this fellow with the surrounding foliage, and we're going to blacken out everything else. All right. Okay. This is usually stuff that I would do way before I start to turn the cameras on. But why do that and leave out the guesswork for people who may want to try this? The only challenging thing that it may be for people who aren't used to drawing would be the cabin. Okay. So, all right. Let's get this. Oh, no wonder it's so warm in here. I have a Bluetooth gadget. My brother gave it to me. He likes these gadgets. Anyway, you sync it up to your phone, and it can do the weather. It can give you light displays, does the time and whatnot. It's giving the weather, but it's giving the temperature inside the room. And inside the room right now, it is 92 degrees. I have 16 windows in here, and I can't open any of them. Old building, and landlord didn't really take good care of the hinges and stuff, so they've been painted over. Oh, what a mess. So I got to endure this. We do have one window open in the living room just past me there, because it's only 60 degrees outside, if that. So it's kind of breezy, so the pets are enjoying that right now. Me, I am in the sauna. Okay, let's get a nice little ball of this. We're gonna dip right into the black. Don't be very shy about it. I'll do it this way. Dip right in there. Put it right in there. Don't be shy. Now you have this much paint on, and we're doing foliage. You don't have to mash and twist and press. Don't do that. You want it to look like leaves. You want it to look believable, like birds and animals can kind of flit right through them and all of that. Let's frame this guy. Come up to the top, and you start to, you see this? You see that? No, of course you can't see it. Duh. See what, Mr. Gray? Mr. Grayscale? Show us what you're talking about, Mr. Grayscale. Anyway, you see that? All right. Okay. You do another one. You're doing that very outside where the birds can kind of fly through those. That's what you're doing right now. Okay. Just like that. Look at this. Go over that house a little bit. Look at this. Go over that house. Just like that. Come on down here. Okay. Just like that. All right. Go on the other side. Let's kind of do a little bit of that. We're going to bring some of those out a little bit. I'm just rearranging the sponge just a touch. Give it a stronger touch, just like that. And come on back with it, just like this. See that? Come back. Come on back. Come out like that. Come down. I'm thinking, yeah. Come on down. Come on straight down. Let's do something really slick here. I'm gonna be slick with this one. Let's come around and let's kind of really tight right in there like that. There's a reason why I just did that, and I'm going to show you why. All right. Okay. Now that we just did this, I can use what's left of this. I'm gonna get it very dark back here. I'm gonna play around just to the edge of where it starts to get that white of the paper, and I'm just basically just using up, just like that. I'm just using up what's left of the paint on this stuff, so I'm really pressing it in there, right in the back there. I don't necessarily need to use this anymore, so I'm gonna rinse this off. Your hands get a little dirty. Rinse off your sponge fairly well. Okay. And once again, I got this large towel on my lap here. And the worst of it is really your hands get wet, but it looks like that when you're done. You're ready for another round. Okay. I'll place this out of my way. All right, let's get, I don't really need any special brush for what I'm about to do. I'm going into this is just a window trim brush. All right, okay, I want it fairly solid there. And I'll do the same thing here. I'll come on that edge, be really, see, right on the edge there. All right, bring this down a little bit. I'm looking. We'll be cute right around in this area here. We'll be pretty cute. We're gonna we'll block that in like this and leave this section right here. Oh, they're talking about orders to duck. Stupid landlord. Oh yeah, Minnie. Yeah, he's not the brightest bulb in the pack, but you know, yeah, what do I know, right? Once again, just darken in all of this. We're framing in the house. Usually, once again, when I do something like this, let's bring this back a little bit, because I know you guys didn't see all the rest. So we're gonna put it right here where you guys can see it. I'll adjust the focus. Okay, and once again, you block it all in. And when you block it in, you know, add some more quote unquote leaf play in there. All right, but you guys should get the sense and get the idea of it, of the composition. I'm talking about composition, really. All right, okay. So, got little tree things going on here. Okay, got that little surrounding this guy, all that foliage in there. Okay. We had very interesting pattern sky, and then we had some water down below. All right, I'll still use the same color scheme. It's just it happens placed differently, and we got some stuff going on here. All right, okie dokie. As I'm doing this and I'm looking, let's do something else. I'm gonna do something else a little different to separate some things. Okay, I haven't done this in the last one, but we're gonna do it on this one. For those of you who may want to do a painting of this nature, remember it's the technique. So as I'm talking to you, I have to let this paint totally dry. So the advantage to having a very warm room and working with acrylic paint is that acrylic paint dries very fast. All right. If you guys send me questions, are you talking amongst yourselves? All right. Real cool. Awesome. Look down at the lower camera. Oh, Bruce, somebody else asked me. You should see this. If not, you should see it if you guys are looking at it on the computer. If you're looking at it on the phone, that might be a little tough, so I'll switch it over here to this camera. At Walmart, they got something like this. All right. This stuff, this thing here, I don't know, it must weigh up like 2 pounds. Okay, it is thick, it is heavy. If you don't have titanium white, to which I thought I bought it, but being a man, all I do is look at the shape and don't look at the contents. Boy, that can be a whole subject. And I end up buying soft white, mixing white. I bought the devil. This is going to be laying around for a while. I'm not going to use this stuff, but it's my fault. You know, I paid for it and didn't look at it. Didn't look. But the Waverly here, next best thing is really, really thick stuff. When this stuff dries, if it dries on your canvas or dries on your easel, you're gonna use your metal palette knife to scrape it off in some warm water, more or less hot water. This stuff is something else. All right. Okay, I'm gonna use a little bit of that. I'm gonna get some darkened gray trees going in the background back there. This is probably a little too much. Maybe I'll use it for another. Who knows? I'll use it for something else. I don't know. Okay, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a very tiny fan brush. All right. Okay, let's mix some gray real quick. I'll get a little bit of black. We'll put it right here. I won't move the palette. I'll just keep it right there where you guys can watch it. There. I don't want a really, really light gray. This gray should be fine. That should be more than enough for me. All right. I really don't want to add water to it because I don't believe I made enough. So let's get this a little bit more. I'd rather make too much than too little. Okay. And I'll just kind of mix it in there. Just like that. Should be plenty. Okay. All right. Let's look here. We're gonna put our oh, okay. All right, just I'm gonna put the land right about here. I'll just kind of sketch it out right here. You can see, you can sketch on top of your work. It doesn't matter. But I'll put the land right here. All right, let's get some trees going back here. I'll start right about here. I'll do the trees like this. I'll kind of just like this. I'll do this variety today. Okay, just like that. These variety of trees that I'm doing, I'm holding the brush vertically because I can kind of get them to be very slim. I can pack them in here like that. Kind of don't matter. I can go upwards, downwards. I can go from the bottom up or from the top down. Kind of doesn't matter. I can go up into the black like that. It really doesn't matter because I can cover that back. And I'll add little cutesy little things in there, and just like that. Okay. It doesn't end there. Once again, you kind of have to think again. Think ahead of your project. We'll put a short one right here. Paint right on the roof, right across your painting there. So there's a method to my madness to what you see me doing here. All right. There's a method to the old man's madness. And we'll put a taller one up there. Just like this. I really would like you guys to try this out. This is doable. You guys can do this. You guys can do this. Okay. Technically, if I thought about it before, I would added this before I did the black. But we can, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. So, hashtag don't panic. We're going to continue it right on. This is the wonderful thing about acrylic paint. Okay. We'll put a short one right in there. Whatever. Just like that. All right. Paint right through it. Paint right through it. Okay. So I've painted through my bushes here. Don't worry about that. Watch. Just the edge. See that? Don't have to go all the way. And you just return your little bushes, your little tree stuff back with the darker color. Just like this. Look at that. Bring it right back. It's up here too. See that? Put it right back. See? You're not missing anything. Now that I've done that, I still got to wait for that to dry. All right, it has to be totally dry to go on to do what we're doing next. Yes, you can use a heat gun. Most certainly, most definitely, you can use a heat gun. Mini monster. I'm reading Bruce's comments. So if you guys got questions or whatnot, if you guys got questions, help me out and put them in caps. All right, once again, I'm just waiting for this stuff to dry. As we're waiting for it to dry, let's play while we're waiting for it to dry. I know I've got this palette here, and I'm going to take advantage of the white. I'm going to take advantage of the black. I'm going to put a little bit of yellow here. All right. And this is just me really waiting for that paint to dry. I'll take this brush. This brush is a flat brush. But it's a very packed brush. As you can see by the bristles there, it's got, you know, nice thick bristles in it. Okay, all right. Let's look down here at the palette. We'll put it right about here. I'm going to go into, now yellow's a transparent color. Okay, and we're going to dip a little bit of black and put that black right into the yellow. Why am I putting black into the yellow? Because it will slowly make, as you can see, it makes green. All right, let's get a little more of that. Put it right in there. Just dip some more black in that yellow. Yeah, I know. Funny, right? Black and yellow makes green. It surely does. Depending on how much black you put in it, it will make a nice olive green. Okay, it all depends on how much black you put into your yellow. All right, but yes, it does make yellow. It's nice deep yellow here. All right, okay. Let's go up in this area, and we'll just lay groundwork. Base tone, just grass. But as you can see, you see the nice little kind of the way I'm tapping not directly like this. I'm going downward. All right, okay, which gives me, as you can see, those patterns. See this? All right, but this is just basic. I'm just laying down the groundwork, the base color. Now I could just stroke the base color in there, but no. Keep with the patterns. I'm just gathering some more. Going into my black. Now with two color mixes like this, it's not really rocket science to try to get the same hue or whatnot. Okay, and if you get it a little darker, that's fine. Okay, that's also fine. But go right in there. Go right into your bushes there. Okay. Go in there, bring it in there. All right, it's not like you're gonna totally block out black. That's not happening. But put it right in there. Okay, and I'm gonna come out here, go by that edge of gray back there, and put it right in there. Every step that you do that requires land, you're gonna there's gonna be a nice little blocking stage in there, and I'm only doing this because. Yep, go right in there into your dark. See, the majority of this is already dry, so I can get away with doing what I'm doing now. Put it right in there. Because right now you're working on the ground here. Okay. And remember what I said before, on the building, you're gonna have a darkened side, you can have a lighter side. This is the dark side. You follow me? All right, let's take a little bit of white. Just a little bit. Let's go into that green that you put in there. Just tap it in there. Keep mixing it and tapping it. Usually I would hold this palette in my hand, but I want to show you guys. You guys can do this. This is definitely doable. Don't think of this being as super bright because all acrylic paint dries flat. All right. Well, hello, D. How are you? So, dark half, light half. That means right from here, you know, your grass is going to get a little bit lighter. Let me beat this brush up a little bit. And we'll very gently. I'm going heavy-handed, and I shouldn't. There we go. We'll just do one of these. I'll go down this way a little bit. Come out this way. I'm gonna gently, see what I'm gonna do is, I don't have to paint the dark part of the grass. It's already there. You just lighten up the other half. Just lighten that up. See this? Go on back there. I'm gonna keep playing around here until I get, till all of this is pretty much dry. All right. So I'm gonna keep playing all in here, just like that. Okay, let's remove this. That's from the previous project. It's a mess, I know. Okay, well, not really. I'll clean it just to clean it. We're gonna still mess with this. I got a smaller tray of water. All right, let's go into our blue. Let's make some bluebells. We'll put the blue right here where you guys can see it. Let's get a small bit of white, just like that. Okay, just like that. I'll kind of pounce my brush a little bit. Okay. Oh, let's make sure my head is out of the way. Let's put some bluebells. Ooh, let's put some of those guys right up in here. Get a batch in there, just like that. And we'll kind of bring it there. We'll bring a few of them over here. Oh, we'll kind of bring some back here a little bit. Get some bluebells going right up in there like that. Just play around in there. Yeah, that's fine. All right, let's clean off the brush real fast. Ambling Adventures, hello, how are you? Guy named Stan, how are you, Stan? Ambling Adventures, welcome. Yes, Bruce is a good buddy of mine. It's good people there, that dear Bruce. All right, we'll get a little bit of red. Now, red's a firecracker. Red will draw your eye everywhere, so be very sparing with it, depending, what you really want to do. And I'll pop in a couple of them up around in here, just a few, because this eye tape, red is no joke. Red will draw your eye everywhere, so be mindful of that. I'll put in a couple. I'll put some back here, right in the back there. All right, I'll give even a slight hint of red in between all that green when we start filling that in. I really don't have to deal with any of that now. That's about okay. That's about done until I do the cabin. All right. I'm still looking. I think we're okay there. Okay, let's move on. Hopefully my head wasn't in the way. Let's deal with the sky now. Okay. All right. Well, before we deal with the sky, let's return that one small bit of crap. No, I won't do that because I'm ready to do the sky. I won't do that. We'll cover that up with the color of the branches. All right. Let's deal with the sky. Now, I have this gray, okay, which is a neutral color no matter how dark you have the gray. Okay, neutral color. All right, what color do I want the sky? Well, I think I did it brown and freaking blue and whatever color is there. That's what I did the sky with. We're going to, now, I use vegetable glycerin. Some people use a regular acrylic painting medium. I'd rather pay a few dollars for a gallon of the stuff than $30 for a tube. About, big. No. Okay. For those who oil paint, think of liquid or vegetable glycerin as liquid clear. How it comes out like syrup. All right. Okay. You don't need too much of this stuff. It's highly reflective. A little bit goes an extremely long way. All right. Okay. So let's put this stuff on here. See, now everything has to be, this is why I said everything has to be dry before you do this. I'm gonna bring the glycerin a little bit into the tree area. There's a reason for that. And you see, it's totally not dry up there because it was on the tape. That's okay. I do have a little bit of it on my brush, and which is also fine. That's all right. Because I wipe my brush off, but I can use some of this glycerin and just go right back over there, right up in that corner. It's all right. Even in here in that spot I just darkened, it's okay. Yeah, I think we're good here. I think we're good for all of it because it's only a little spot. Okay, that's about all with the glycerin play. Okay, let's start mixing some colors here. Because I have a different background, I might not go that crazy. Let's get a little bit of white, just a small touch of white. I'm going to put the white. Ooh, I just realized that. Let's not do the white because even this white is very, very opaque. So we're gonna take some of that out of there. We'll put the yellow in there with it. Watch what happens. I'm gonna come here with that yellow. Look, just like that. Come on down with it. Come down. Come down. Come down with that yellow. All right, just like that. Put it right into your trees there. See this? Put it right into the trees. It's dry. The paint's dry. It's all right. All right. Don't panic. You're gonna be fine. All right. Let's get a little bit of. I'm using the most tiny spot of red. Reason being, red is an extremely powerful color, as you will soon see. And we're gonna come up here with it. Come down, up around in there. Turn it orange here. Come in here. Get some of that red in there. Red in there, just like that. Just a little bit of red. I think I'll tease a smidge of blue. Just a smidge. I mean, like a little micro burst of blue. We'll put some blue in that little spot right in there. Be careful. Blue, once again, is a very dominant color. Be careful. What blue you get hot, it's going to turn the red purple. But be careful. You want to put all that blue into the red, not into the green. Because why? Or not into the yellow, because it turns green. So be careful of that. Just like that. All right. No more, no less than what you see right there. Okay. Very simple. I'm cleaning off this brush. This is my 2-inch wide do everything brush. I put the glycerin. I use glycerin with it. I base coat my canvas with this stuff. This brush. This brush has been with me for a very, very long time. I've used it so much I took the glue off the handle. So I just taped it with painter's tape. It's been with me forever. Let's take a Walmart makeup brush. Now remember, this room is very warm, so this glycerin is going to dry remarkably fast. So I will take it and I'll just start doing a circular blend. Just to blend these guys together. You don't have to go too hard or heavy with it. All right. Not at all. Smooth it right out. Smooth it out. Smooth it out. There we go. So we got a little bit of this maroon from the red and the blue. Got some of the red. It's going into the yellow of the sky. All right. Let's play with this before we move on. Same technique. We're going to get. I'll use this brush. It doesn't matter. I'll just use the wood trim brush. And we're going to kind of put some of that glycerin right there. Very thin amount. Extremely small amount of glycerin. Just right here in the white area right there. That's it. Okay. I can still use this brush to do what we're going to do. I'll play with a little bit of blue first. A couple of hairs, literally, of some blue right up around in here like this. Just kind of plop it in there like that. All right. Okay. I'm wiping off the blue on my towel. Get a couple of dots of red. I think we had red in here. We had a little bit of red going on in here, somewhat like that. I'm gonna clean the brush off real fast. Water and glycerin are not good bedfellows. Water cuts through glycerin like a hot knife through butter. Be aware of that. Okay. So I'll mess around with this blue and red. I might need more blue. No, there's that maroon. It's coming. It's slowly coming through there. Something like that. I'll use a couple of touches of blue, kind of deepen that blue up a little bit. The glycerin moves this paint around, and we'll do something like that. That's cool. We'll keep it, somewhere in there. We'll come over here on the other side. We'll kind of fake the funk with that too. We'll get a couple dots of blue, put it in there. And it's just a couple, literally a couple hairs of blue right now. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. Down here. Okay, just like that. Now we got, spatterings of red, so we're gonna take some yellow right here in the center. See, you can play around that yellow right up in here. Go in there with it. Go in there. Look at that. You see how you just brought up the top and the bottom together? Just like that. Your eyes do the rest. You follow me? I'll pop that right up in there. A little bit of that yellow in there. You join it all together. Put it right in there. It's all right. What is the purpose of glycerin? Hello. Oh, I think I've already explained it to you, Fatima, right? Or is it Fatima? Jafari. Glycerin just prolongs. Is that up there? Glycerin just prolongs the drying time so you can blend, and it looks like that. Basically, that's what it does. Let's take a small brush. I'll take the 1/2 inch guy. We're gonna get just a little tiny touch of white. It's still kind of wet here, and we'll just kind of brighten it up and kind of give us a nice little bright spot in there, just like that. And I'll blend it in there. Keep working with it. White has a chalky, residue-ish type of especially if you got not mixing white, but any type of thick white paint has a chalky. It's just a chemical makeup of white. It leaves a chalky kind of residue type of thing happening there. Okay. All right. Okay. I just wanted to brighten it up a bit. Alrighty. So basically, what I just did for you is your basic setup when you're using black like that. Okay. All right. The rest of this painting is relatively, as far as foliage go and all of that, it's kind of simple. Okay. It really is. We're gonna play with a little bit of brown right now. We're going into the brown. We'll put it right here. Yeah, put a little bit of blue in the brown. It's all right. It's gonna turn some kind of funky gray. Get a little bit of white, lighten it up a little, just a tad. See, there goes that weird browny gray. Okay. All right, let's throw in some trunks just to throw them in for right now. We'll come in off the side right here. We'll kind of throw them in like that, and throw another one in there like that. And we're gonna throw maybe a thicker one, something like that. All right. You're thinking of trunks, just tree trunks. Don't have to be super detailed or anything. Just something in there. I'm just adding a little more brown to this gray. Let's go over here on this side. Let's go over here. We'll add a kind of decent one right up in here. There's no glycerin or anything on this. It's just dry. It's just wet on dry. And we're gonna throw a tree trunk in there like that. Keep it a little more on the dark side. All right. Okay. We'll throw in a branch. Do it this way. We're just gonna kind of throw in a branch in there like that, and we'll throw in here like this. I'm keeping it relatively dark, just like that. Just throw the branches in there. Just kind of toss them in there, right up in there, go in that direction. All right. You kind of see what's happening. It's kind of throwing it all together there for you. Okay, like I said, this part of the painting, not too bad. Relatively simple if you're accustomed to doing scenes like this. All right, let's play with the greens. I'm looking down there. Let's use some of this paint on this coffee lid. Fussy, how are you? Hussy, how are you? How are you? How are you? Greetings. It's good to see you. Anybody else? Did I answer? Is it? I'm thinking it's Fatma. Miss Jafari. Did I answer your question on the glycerin? I'm just waiting for the little bit of the tree to dry. Okay, great. Let us move on. I'm trying to think of what brush should I use. This one's a little large, but it looks like this one might have to. No, I reuse this guy. I have a few brushes that have been beaten half to death, like this guy. If it's too small, you guys can't see it, I'll put it here. This guy's been beaten down, but all the bristles are full. Okay, let's go here to where we made our green. We're gonna make a darker green. Okay, get that yellow, put that yellow in there. Now, obviously I didn't tape this to the board, and it's okay. That might be a little, maybe too dark. You might not be able to see this. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of water to it. No glycerin, just water. I kind of want more. I wanted to dry fast, which is why I'm adding the water to this. I'm going to add gentle little taps to the leaves here. I'll start here. Okay, up around in this area, and we'll just start just a gentle touch. Like say, this might be a little dark for you guys, and we're going to do nice little groupings of this dark. We're going to get lighter, don't worry. The black that's being used, we're going to use that black to our advantage, because that black is going to emulate for us deeper growth in the trees. All right, so as I'm doing this, I'm gonna get more yellow, touch of black. So the green is a little deep. It is. It's dark, but they can be seen. A little more yellow. I'm really tapping the paint into the bristles. All right, but I'm not adding all of that pressure. I'm not adding all that pressure to. Just like that. I'm not adding the pressure to the canvas like that. Now, I know that you might not, this might be hard for you to see this, but I'm just doing interesting little groupings of, you'll see it when I add white, or yellow and white, probably yellow-white mix. You'll start to see these. With this little tiny brush, I'm just adding gentle little groupings of color, and you'll see these. It's got to be opaque enough to cover that black. Okay, but I don't have to have it neon, basically. And you're gonna bring some of those bushes over the tree. All right. Interesting, because you're not going to don't get rid of all of the black. I can't say not going to get rid of, because you can easily overpower this. Okay, but you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. The center of this, I could use a larger brush, but I think that would be more of a more hampering than anything else. I'm gonna stick with the yellow and the black for our uses of the deep greens, because I think you should be able to see what's going on here. Now, don't worry about all of that black you see here in the front. Fret not. One, don't get rid of all of that, because that black helps add the depth to your foliage. You're gonna understand it. You're gonna see. All right. So let's just work from here right now, right here with this brush. Now watch what happens when I add a little bit of yellow and white. Obviously I ran out of yellow here, so I'll just put the yellow right here. Now yellow is an extremely transparent color, so you're going to need a little white to beef it up a little bit. All right, so tap in the white, put it right here, right on top of the previous color. Get that yellow, put the yellow in with that white, just like that. Okay, now I know I got that green that's underneath there mixing in there. It's contaminating that yellow and white. As you can see, it's starting to turn a light green, and I'm still kind of pouncing it into those bristles. Look at those patterns there. And there's plenty of paint. Now I should technically I should water that down just a little bit, because a thin paint will stick to this tacky stuff. But I don't necessarily. I got plenty of this, and all I need to do is get my head out of the way. Let's just slide it over here more. Now all I need to do, now you see the yellow all up in here. Okay, so basically what I need to do is just aim, get interesting little groupings. See these little cute little taps? All right, do not drag your brush when you get to this stage. Bring some of that in here like that. Kind of interesting little groupings, nice little groupings. You don't necessarily have to go directly over the black unless you really want to. All right, I wouldn't recommend it because it starts to blend in with your yellow background. So don't do that. Yes, you can wipe it away just like that. Okay, while it's wet, you got a little time limit there. And we'll kind of put some of that down here. I'm just doing little interesting little balled up groupings here and there, just like that. I can come over here down below and maybe give it a slight push, and you got some little yellow bushes happening up there like that. And you bring it down here a little bit. It's up to you if you want to go that route. And once again, I'll bring some of those bushes right into the cabin, just like that. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit more. This paint's thick. It's starting to tack up a little bit, and I'll kind of pop some of those up around in here a little bit like this. Okay, I might go a little brighter over there because the sun's hitting a little more there. All right, we'll come down here. Can you guys see this? I'll hold the brush out here, and I'll just kind of give it a slight little push and put some bushes over here. And I'll give a slight push, boom, boom, like that. See this? And I'll kind of bring some here, like that. Maybe a couple of them up in here. Little push and bring it up around in there. Come here, like that. Round it off. Watch this. Let's get a little bit of yellow, a little bit of white. It's going to be contaminated with a little bit of that yellow. Okay, I'll come here and I'll brighten these up a little bit. See, look at that little separation there. So I'm just going a little bit brighter. See how you get to build this stuff up? You don't have to add it all over the place. Maybe the very fringes, maybe. Couple here. Add a little love over this way, just a little bit, just like that. Kind of. We'll pop one up in here like this, and then I'll leave it be. Leave it alone. All right. Okay. Let's remove this for 1 second. Let's take the lid off. Let's go into that. We got perfect right here. Some red. Okay. Now I got the red mixed in with the green. I'm going to take a little bit of water. Remember, a thin paint sticks better to a thick paint. Now, look at this brush. See how beat down it is? All right. Very, 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 very lightly. Let's go a little bit in here first. We'll get with test pattern, just like that. Look at that. Look at that. See that red? See that red kind of opens? See that? The more little bright colors, little pretty colors you add, it kind of tames everything. It's not as wilderness and wild like. So you kind of tame things down a little bit here. Okay, just like that. You can be cute, you know, and go into your water like this. See that? Look. See how you go into your water just a little bit, put it in there. Okay, you think I forgot about that green going into water? I didn't forget. Let's go over here. Let's add a few little things, little patches of red in there. Now, the reason why you get your bushes to look like this is because you're not covering up your dark. You got to understand, black recedes, okay? Which means it draws in. You follow me? Okay. Any lighter color goes forward, goes outward. Let's let's take this. I still got that green, so we're gonna play in that green for 1 split second. Let's bring some of that green into the water. See that? See? Pop it in that water, just like that. Come on here, bring some of that green there. See this? See that? See, you can add that in there. Okay, all right. I'm just gonna get a little bit of white going into this kind of greeny stuff. I'm gonna add a little bit of yellow in there, and we'll kind of continue that on with this, just like that. Come on down in here. We'll put some of that in here like that, and we'll come in here. We'll add a little bit here, and we'll add some down here. We'll come up in here. And I probably won't mess with it any more than what you see. That should be fine, just like that. All right, okay. Once I am done with the surrounding areas, that will be it. I won't add or subtract anymore. Once I'm done, I'm done. And then we're gonna get to the cottage. Let's take an X-Acto knife, palette knife, X-Acto knife. This, I'll have to show it to you this way. Actually, let me show you what I'm gonna do. Bear with me 1 hot minute. We're gonna have to flip the script for 1 second. I think I can do that too. Let's take the tab button. Let's flip script there. Okay. Let's take the palette knife. And we'll get a nice swath of white, just like that. Okay. Okay, let's take that. And let's take it and we're just gonna go right across. Oh, yeah, nah, we'll do this. We're teaching you. Nice little roll of paint like that, okay? Okay, this is the reason why I flipped that camera. Let's flip back for a minute. All right, let's go up this high and let's zoom in. Let me show you something. That should work. Pop the focus in for a minute. All right, so we're gonna get like a little bit of a water's edge here. Now, I know if you've heard previous painters, and they're right, and you've heard Mr. Ross himself trying to keep things horizontal. Okay, this is not horizontal, it's curved, or this is at an angle. Okay, all right. Even at such a slight angle, you still got to keep your water horizontal. If you keep your water crooked, it's going to look like it's going to fall off the page. Okay, so I can still follow this angle, but still keep the knife horizontal, if that makes any sense. Even though That's horizontal, like the bottom of the page here. See, you see, that's not horizontal. You see, it's tilted at an angle like that. So it's going that way, okay? But you gotta bring your palette knife to stay this way while you're going up, like an elevator, okay? So I'm hoping I'm explaining that to you correctly. All right. I'll answer to mostly anything. Oh, that makes me feel so bad. All right. So with your palette knife, you hold on to it. You're going, well, first of all, you're going to get more paint because you talked it dry. All right. You're going to go horizontal like this. It's all about the angle, so I got to flatten my knife out a little. All about angle, but you're going to move. I am not getting enough paint. I have to be careful because just do it that way. You got to keep it flat as you're going, and I'm pressing pretty good here, but you got to keep it flat as you. Then again, there's no glycerin, so I'm doing once again wet on dry, but that's all right. I'm doing it, you know, making an example, but you have to go straight as you're going upward, like so. So I'm really pressing the knife to get that effect because there is no glycerin. The glycerin dried up, but it's okay. Once again, we will make it work. I'm going to go into the previous tree painting here just to bring that, just to continue the curve around. That's all. All right. But as you see it and it's breaking apart like that, it looks like little glistening wave type things going on there. Okay. I'm just thinning out some more paint. Once again, I got yellow in this one, but it's okay. Now, as you're close to the bank, okay, as you're close to the bank, they don't have to be that large, see? But as you get further away, all right, I'm really bending this knife because once again, there is no glycerin down there. It's all dry, but it's all right. And don't make them look like tin soldiers. All right, they're gonna have to come in between other ones. All right, and all this little glistening stuff, it adds to the movement of your painting. You know, things are moving around there. Okay, just like that. All right, but I wanted to kind of be in depth to show you what's going on there. All right, let's move to these guys, and just kind of pull that back a little bit. And I think we're good right about. We're good right about there. Let's pop the focus on. All right. Once again, you know what? I'm tempted to do that. I'm so tempted to do that. And you know what? I think I am. Let's do something I haven't done really much before. Okay. Let's take. Where's my other brush? I don't want to use that. I'll just take forget it. I'll just use this one. I like this one. We're gonna take well, everybody knows who that guy is. Well, we're gonna take one of his brushes there. As you see, it's packed full of the hairs there. Okay. All right, and it takes quite a bit of paint for these fellas. But let's do something different today. Let's take some sienna. Okay, we'll take sienna. And just a tiny touch of blue, just a little tiny touch of blue to gray it out just a little bit. This takes a great deal of paint. Okay, I know I slipped some red in there, but that's all right. They're in the same family. It's okay. Another touch of blue, gray it out just a little bit. Okay, let's just take this. Let's go up here. Now you see Mr. Ross take his brush and do one of these numbers. You can if you want to, up to you. This stage, you know, it doesn't matter for me. All right, let's play. Let's give it a nice little touch. Boom, just like this. All right, same way I did the bushes, you're gonna do the trees this way. I'm coming right out there with it. Now this is a dark brown color. A brownish color with black, I should say. And you would need quite a bit of paint to get this effect. Okay. And I want to make sure that I'm not entirely blocking your view of what you're going to see me do here. And I'm not going to entirely get rid of all of that black, but this is going to be a different type of tree. Same concept, same touches. Okay, now you barely see it because, quite frankly, I'm using a darker color. But wait till you see what color I'm going to use to correspond with it. Ha. Coming right up around here. And I'm going to keep the whole tree like that. Because one is different, and I haven't done anything with this mixture. I know what to do. I just never done it before. Okay, all right. I'll keep this stuff on the brush. It doesn't matter. I'm going to get a tiny bit of red. And I'm going to get a whole lot of yellow. And some white. Yep, we got orange. We're going to have an orange carnation pinky looking tree. Just like that. I'll pull it toward me. Pull it toward me, pull it toward me. Then you take the brush and you just turn the brush around. Okay. All right, let's start somewhere down here. Actually, I don't want to turn it around. I'll turn it right side up. And we're going to go like this. See that touch? See this? Don't press so hard. All right, look at that. Okay, let's do it again. See this? Put it right in there like that, round it off like this. Come on down here, add a little low over here. And let's add some more right here, right up in there like that. Okay, and we'll kind of pop some of those in there like so. I'll take the brush out, turn it back around. I give it a slight, I'll touch it and give it a slight push, just like this. Very slight push. Come here, you do it again, boom, boom. And you just have them going in different directions. I'm just gonna kind of get little bunches of it like that. And we're gonna come here, we're gonna go downward, just like that. And I'm gonna come and get a nice little group. You're still doing groupings for these guys. I'll come here, I'll just angle it like that, come here. Now they need to be brighter. I'm just add a touch more white, because now you're going to compete with some of that yellow and some of that red up there. And just because it's bright white like that doesn't mean that it's going to be snow, but you just gotta, you're competing with other colors, so you kind of wake that up a little on those. You don't cover all that black. Okay, I'll just flip the brush over there and get some interesting things happening in there like that. Come up on the outside like so. You're really thinking of groupings. I can brighten up some of those on the outer fringes there like that. See that? See how you can trail the eyes to go anywhere you want them to go? I don't necessarily want them down below in here. All right, but maybe on the outside there like that. Okay, like that. We'll pop some of that brightness right on the edges there, wake some of that up in here like that. All right, just clean that brush off. You don't have to, you can overkill doing this, so be mindful of that. Okay, I'm not going to mess with anything else on that. And right now it's all cabin time. So we're going to come here and get my elbow out the way, but that's all right. You won't see that in a second or two. All cabin. All right. Let's take the same X-Acto knife. Give it a slight pull. Lift and pull. Remember I told you it's going to look like a black and white photograph surrounded by color? This technique does not only work with a cabin, it works with owls, moose, sharks, Great Danes. It doesn't matter. It's a technique, so it's not really what you cover, it's what you do afterward and how you do the covering. All right, so now we have the cabin here, which is in stark relation to all that color. It just sticks out. Okay, so a few ways to approach the cabin here, and I'm going to do it we're gonna glaze some interesting colors in there, because I don't really have to add shading and whatnot, because I've already provided the shading with the ink. All right, we're gonna work with smaller brushes here. I'll stick with my standby of the flat brush here. All right, okay dokie. Oh, you guys, you know what, I'm looking at you, talking to you, but obviously the palette is covering my face. So all right, I'll bring the palette down there. Okay, so we're gonna do it with the flat brush. All right, okie dokie. So let's work with this. We're gonna go into our we're gonna go into a little bit of our sienna. We'll put the sienna right here, right on top of this red stuff. Okay, just like that. We'll get a little blue, we'll darken it up. Now remember, it has a propensity to turn gray on you. Okay, but that's okay. Go into our, now we're using vegetable glycerin. I'm gonna go into my glycerin. Now the glycerin with this, besides blending very easily, it also turns it extremely transparent. All right, so it'll be a nice effect to use for this fellow. Let's start with, we'll start with the lid half here. Okay, very simple process with your glycerin. Now, if you feel you put too much glycerin on it, it looks like that, fear not, get a little more glycerin. Just on the brush, you wipe off your brush, get a little more glycerin, and you just kind of scrape that away. All right, just scrape it away. Don't go over your glass. Don't go over your windows. And you can add, once we get into this, and we will, because this is kind of a fast part of the video, because you're basically, the video turned into a coloring book now. You can add, see, I'm wiping away the glycerin off of, now you can use this brown and put it right into that black. All right, will it smear? Absolutely not. It's a waterproof marker, and it's permanent. It's not going anywhere. So you can actually put your color right on top of that black with the glycerin. What you're doing is just adding your color literally on the black. It will dry and it will mix right down. I'm using a little touch of red. Red is related to this brown. See how now you can see how you get these interesting color patches, all these patches of color in your wood. See that? See? Now I'm gonna get just a touch of glycerin, because remember, glycerin makes your paint transparent. I'm only using the corner of my brush to move to. It activates the paint that's already on your canvas or on your paper, and it moves it around. Now remember, it's very warm in here, so this stuff is going to dry remarkably fast. All right, just like that. But you see the colors that are going in there. I'm going to take a little bit of, I do got a little bit of black here, and this paintbrush has a very nice sharp edge to it, and I'm just going to, just for a little bit, I'll just kind of strengthen up some of those lines in there, just a little bit, maybe in a corner, just like that, just a little bit. Okay, I can take some of that dark and kind of see this. Look at the coat now. Look how your cabin is how the look is changing. You see, and you can blend. See how you can softly blend. So you add the shadows there. Okay, you see what's happening? All right, looks a little different than that black and white, but this is what the glycerin can do for you. Okay, I'm gonna get a little touch of glycerin, just I mean a very micro, small bit of glycerin. Let's go here. This is gonna be the darkened edge anyway. I guess I'm using a little bit of black with that glycerin. It's okay. I'm gonna scumble some of this right in that colored area, right in there like that. All right. You didn't ruin anything. I'm just going to take straight glycerin here. I'm wiping a lot of it away. But watch. This is nothing but glycerin on the brush. And you come here and you let it activate and see how it travels around. See that? It moves around. It can do the same thing on canvas. I'm just using watercolor paper. All right, but there you go. If you don't want so much of that dark on there, good, scrape it away. Wipe it right away. All right, but it is moving around. See that? You have so much fun with this. Let's take a little bit of, obviously, this blue. Now I got glycerin running all through this. I'll take a little swath of blue. It's the darker side. It's okay. Maybe up here a little bit. I'm wiping off the rest of that blue off my brush, and you just work it in there. Look at this. Work it in there. Look at that. See those gradations you can get? And this is just me messing around. Look at that. If you feel it's too much, put it elsewhere. Move it around a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's go into our sienna. Oh, we'll put it right here. So get a nice batch of sienna like that. Go into your glycerin. Remember, glycerin will make this stuff transparent. All right. Okay. And if you don't like what you see, you can always wipe it off. And then I'll just look at that. You see, look at this. Look. All right. Same color as the other half, but you have your colors that will make it kind of a brownish gray. And now you got a dark half of a building without it going overboard with the dark. All you need is a very gentle gradation of color shift, just to make the dark half of the building without going to 3 years of college just to learn how to make something darker on one side of a building. That blue and brown will make a deep gray. It makes a great shadow color, and it makes a great shadow color for the underneath of clouds. So obviously brown and gray will make a great shadow and a great dark part of a building. All right. Same technique, same line of thinking. You're just putting it on a building now. That's all. I'll just take a little micro piece of black, and we're yes, I am using black. Okay. I'm going to use this same little micro piece of black, and we're going to tone down some of that blue just a little bit of it, and bring it up around here a little bit. See how you can move it around, wipe it away. Up to you how far you want to go with it. Up to you entirely. All right. Okay. I can't tell if anybody's still watching or not. Nobody's saying anything. You guys are going to give me a complex. All right. Do we always have to have a red roof? It's not the red roof head. No. I'm just saying. We'll go with a little bit of blue and black today. So I'm taking a little blue, a little black, and some glycerin. Now, since you're using black, go a little heavy on the dark blue. Once again, this is just the glycerin and the blue and black mix, and we'll put it around here like this. And this is the shaded half of the cabin anyway. And I'm using no water. I'm going to use the glycerin because I still want it to move around, be a little transparent, just a little bit. And plus, if you go too far, you can always wipe it away. So have no fear. Hashtag don't panic. Now I'm going into my sienna. Yes, I am. I almost made a mistake. mistake and didn't put any glycerin in and I still got to use glycerin for a nice little fade of that brown. And what I'm doing really when I'm adding this, still adding sienna, but now it's all about color harmony now. Even though that sienna is turning all sorts of gray blue, but it's the same color that's making that transitional color of gray blue in this. So it's still, believe it or not, if it makes any sense, it still matches. If that makes sense. Because all the colors are still related. Even if you make an entirely different color, it's still the color represented in this painting that's making that transitional color. If that makes any sense to you. I'm hoping it does, because it's a bear to re-explain. All right. Thank you, D. That can be a little darker. Actually, let me just do this real fast. Hold on for 1 second. All right, but that can be a little darker, so I just think I'll do a little bit of this. Yeah, it can be a tad darker. Just like that. Okay, we're good. We're good. Add a little shadow coming down here with the chimney like that. That's cool. All right, this I'm getting a little nitpicky. Let's deepen that part just a little, because I'm pretty much almost finished with this. But thank you. Some of you guys hung around with me. I know this took a little while. I can give a slight little tap and see how much time I spent on doing this. All right, it's almost on the 2 hour mark. All right. Let's work with that. Let's take a round brush. What is a round brush? Different varieties, but we'll take this little fella right here. We'll play with this in here. I might use a little water with that. Who knows? We'll play with the blue black again. It's probably got glycerin in it. Who knows? We'll come in here and we'll play with how about around here like this? Just in here like that. And maybe a little bit of that in here. Just something in this area, kind of darken it up here a little bit. Oh, let's delve some more into that blue black. Yeah, let's do it from this area right down in here. Something like that. Who knows? Something like that. All right. Okay. The door is it's kind of child's play. We'll just keep it sienna-ish. Here's the door. We'll keep the door kind of sienna-like. We'll take a little dot of dark, and we'll kind of give it a little shadow in here like this. Here, fade it here, like that. Cool. All right. Let's take a little bit of white, a little touch of yellow. No glycerin or anything. We're only going to use just a little bit of this, and we'll give it some light in there. We'll just kind of tap it around in there like that, like that. We'll come here. We'll add some of that up in here. Be careful, because I added white in with this yellow, so it's it's opaque, so be careful. Just be careful, and it dries ridiculously fast. It dries. All right, so we got a little bit of light in there. All right, now you guys are seeing this at mega up close. We're really close to calling this a day. All right, let's go into I'll use this beat down brush. It doesn't matter because we're so close to the end. We'll get some of this. We'll just use black. Now this is a round brush that's seen better pageants. It's really wrecked. All right, we'll come in. We'll put a bush. We'll put one right here. Just kind of tap. See this? Tap some. Have a little bush come around the corner there. Kind of, just like that. Just put one. Just put one right here, at the edge of the house, and it's kind of just like out here somewhere. Just kind of, there. All right, let's clean off this real fast. Now this will just incorporate this cabin into the painting. All right, let's get a little bit of, we'll make some green real fast. We'll get a little bit of blue, we'll put it right here. Get a little bit of yellow, we'll put that yellow right there. We'll get a bit of white, just like that. Make a nice bright green. Okay. And we'll just mash it in there. All right, this brush is like kind of grody. And we'll just kind of lightly just tap some love right up in there. Don't get rid of all that dark. See, just like that. Just kind of pop it in there. Just a little bit here and there. And we'll kind of give it a little push of something right up in there. Get a little slight push like that. Come here. Come on up top there. And put some into the building itself. Have it cover some of that building there. All right. All right. Just like that. It's kind of, and maybe give a little push of some stuff happening up around in there. Back there a little bit. Kind of incorporate it into the Vermont has busted out with the corny jokes. You know what? I don't do too much of this either. Let's just take, and we'll put some, look at this. Why not? Why not? Put little white flowers in there. Just like that. Come on in there. Just like this. Little nitpicky things there. See that? Now, all I'm doing, adding all that white, is I'm drawing attention to the cabin. That's all. Draw attention to the cabin. All right, but everything it's all centered in there. Okay. All right. Once again, you're taking a very up close look at this. You've been looking at it like right in front of your face. I will draw back after I do one more thing. One more thing, if I can find it. I have a good knack of dropping my script liners on the floor 4 feet below me. That's just not a good mix. All right. Let's get, I'll use black. I'll get some water. I'll sign my signature. Thank you guys for watching this very impromptu teaching lesson here. It's somewhat similar to the painting I did yesterday. I did it yesterday. The water. I'm going to sign this and have it look somewhat legible today. Like I say, you find you don't have much to do. This is what I end up doing usually. Okay. This is gonna be quite possibly, no it's not. I got tomorrow to do. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow since I did this. So who knows what I might have up my sleeve for tomorrow evening. Tomorrow tomorrow evening will be well, first of all, let's get rid of I think my face will disappear. Hold on for 1 second. I think we're gonna get rid of the palette though. Don't need the palette. Yeah, my face would disappear. It's okay. Let's get rid of the palette though. The palette can go bye-bye. Okay, let's bring this out. This is the true size of the painting. Put that in focus real quick for you, and voila. All right. Some of you have stuck with me for the entire 2 hours. I appreciate it. I've used Scotch tape this time for the borders. It's tough for glycerin to go through the Scotch tape. So you're going to find an extremely pristine border here. So that's a very sharp border, very professional. I hope the sound didn't cut out. I still got everything on. Can you still hear me? I need it. I need to know. You're welcome, Sonia. I need to know if you guys can still hear me. Can you guys? Oh crap! God dog it! Is the audio on 1? I'm sorry if the audio wasn't on 1. When I do a switch like that, it will take out the audio. So you guys should hear me. I know you can't see me, but you guys should hear me. And thank you very much. Okay. So you guys don't necessarily see me, but you hear me. That's good. Yeah, you won't see me unless I put it back to the other view. But this is the end of the video. So okay, cool. But as you guys know, I will be showing this on Facebook in a few minutes. Bruce, question. I can probably talk to you on Messenger about next week. Actually, no, I can talk to you right now. How many paintings are you selling? You need to run. Okay, well, you can answer me later on when you get back. But I'd like to thank everybody for chiming in. Leave comments down below or leave a thumbs up. That would be great. It would actually help me out. And I'm gonna put everything back here. I didn't make too much of a mess. I still got plenty of paint that I don't want to throw in the garbage, so I'll seal that up. As far as this paint up here, who knows what I'll do with it. I'll probably use it for a background for something. Thank you guys very much for coming through and watching me do this. I do appreciate it. 2 hours and 3 minutes. All right, yeah, it's time to go. All right, guys, enjoy your day. Be safe, and I shall see ya. Oh, you are here. All right. Okay, good. Thank you for the answer. Perfect. Appreciate that. All right, cool. All right, guys, thank you so very much. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? For Wednesday, live showing. Yeah, I highly doubt I'll be live tomorrow. If I do, I forgot what day that is. That's Wednesday, and Wednesday I'm gonna watch. You have them listed. Okay. No, don't do that. That's okay, because it all depends on how long. Okay, we'll talk. We'll definitely talk. And it's for next week. We'll talk. Wednesday I might not be live, so this might be actually why I did this. I got a feeling I'm gonna be with my brother for quite a while. So yeah, it looks like there won't be no live on Wednesday. I think this is the Wednesday. So yeah, this is the Wednesday. Unless I want to do something very early, I think this is it. So yeah. But thank you guys. I do appreciate it. Everyone that I do paint live, they're usually for sale. So if you're interested in this, just hit me up in Messenger or through an email. But usually you can contact me on Messenger. That would be the best and the fastest. All right. I'm out for real. You guys be safe. I'll see you when I see you. Peace.